Thanks for sticking with us this Thursday morning, 9/11 right now. The Dryden Theatre at the George Eastman Museum is currently hosting a series called From Rochester with Love, and it highlights directors, actors, writers, all who have connection to the Flower City.
Yeah, this morning we're learning more about the series and some of the films that will be shown. For more, we're joined now by film curator from Dryden Theatre, Jared Case. Good morning to you. Thank you for being here.
Oh, happy to be here.
This is a really, really cool series that you guys are doing.
I thought it was. Yeah, I came up with the idea actually about a year and a half ago because we try to do these big year-long series, and I thought this would be a great one. And then as I got into the research, there were so many more connections that I didn't even realize.
So let's get into it then. Tell us about some of the films.
Well, this is a big weekend for us because we've got the Ingrid, Bergman, Humphrey, Bogart trifecta going on. I've got Intermezzo tonight, which was her first, Ingrid Bergman's first American film. She was brought over from Sweden for that. Tomorrow we're doing a Humphrey Bogart film with the Treasure of the Sierra Madre, and then we'll have them both together on Saturday night for Casablanca.
I mean, it's really incredible. And some of the names that have ties to the city, I'm sure there's a plethora. And I'm sure there are some that you couldn't even get to on this list.
Oh, well, sure. It's intended to be an ongoing series. It'll go as long as I need it to. But, you know, there's people we haven't gotten to yet, like Taye Diggs or Kristen Wiig, that I'd love to do later in the year.
And they all have connections some way to Rochester.
Well, yeah, Ingrid Bergman lived here for 2 years while her husband was studying at U of R. And Humphrey Bogart actually summered on Seneca Lake when he was a young boy. So up until about 1918, when he was 17 or 18, he would come in summer in the Rochester area.
That's really cool.
That is cool.
It's pretty incredible. Okay, what other films can we expect?
Well, we've got Silk Stockings coming up, directed by Ruben Mamoulian, who was hired by George Eastman to come and run the opera company here, and he actually taught at the Eastman School of Music. We've got a Cab Calloway program coming up in April. A lot of rare soundies. These are basically like early music videos that people would play on a jukebox and watch them, along with a feature for that. We've also got, there's two brothers, Garson and Michael Kanan, who were both born in Rochester, both Oscar-nominated screenwriters. So, and they both worked on Spencer Tracy, Katharine Hepburn films. So we did Woman of the Year last week, and we're doing Pat and Mike, which was Garson and Ruth Gordon's film.
You know what I wonder? As the curator, I'm sure you know a lot of film history, but also a lot of Rochester history. I want to know, when you're compiling these lists, when you're coming up with these ideas to Rochester with Love, are there any names that come up on a list and you say, I had no idea, that are shocking, that are surprising to you, the ties, the connections that they have to the area?
Oh, absolutely, yeah. I feel like I never know enough, so it's always constant research, and I'm adding names. People are suggesting things, but Humphrey Bogart was one of those names that I had no idea. Jim Memmott, a longtime editor at the DNC, was very helpful. He's got a remarkable Rochesterian series that he runs. But Betty Davis acted here for a year on stage. Back in the silent era, there was a woman born here named Edith Johnson, who was known as the Kodak Girl. So all of those early advertisements that you see with a woman holding a camera, that was Edith Johnson. She got into acting as well. So lots and lots of people.
Absolutely.
That's incredible.
And, you know, one of the things I love about this list of films and things that you've talked about and we have here on our rundown, there are some that you will instantly recognize, and then there are others where you think, I have never heard of that, and I want to see it.
I actually opened my introduction last night with that. One of the joys of doing this is that I do get to bring the films to the public that they may not have heard of, or even if it stars Henry Fonda or Bette Davis or Ingrid Bergman. But then you get to see it in the best possible way, on the big screen, usually on 35mm film with an audience, and that's what cinema is meant to be.
The way it was intended.
Exactly.
Really incredible. Jared, for somebody sitting at home who says, okay, I'm sold. I mean, some of these names, they were already sold before you even walked in the room. Where do they go to get ticketing information and showtimes and all that good stuff?
Yeah, so we've got a page on our website for each of the series that we run. So all of the films From Rochester with Love are going to be added there. And you can get tickets at our website, too. It's eastman.org/Dryden.
Very good. Thank you so much, Jared. We appreciate it. And we'll put all the show information that you need to know over on foxrochester.com.